with kale, and it kind of gets frothy. You see, it gets frothy like milk does. Great, crazy. Anyway, let's keep up. Let's keep up with tradition. Why is the milkshake straight out of the blender? That sounds like either yes, it's very official music. It's copyrighted, but they can't stop me from doing that on the stream. Might have problems when I post this to YouTube, though. That's what I wanted to start doing, like recording my Instagram streams and putting them on YouTube. So I might have to warp the sound during that part. Why is the milkshake straight out of the blender? Is the answer to get to the other side? The Feminist Targaryen. I just really like that name. That's such a great name. Exactly. I don't always drink it straight out of the blender. You know what's so funny? I have an empty glass right here. But guess what? I like the way this looks. This looks like I'm about to go for a run, guys. I just need to drink this really quick. But yeah, no, I do hate to wash dishes. You got that right. Is it because I don't know? That's just a good guess, but that's pretty obvious. Yeah. In the news. So we got some news. We don't usually have news. Usually the news is that everything is horrible and what's our thing? Daily mindfuckery. Hashtag daily mindfuckery? Is that the thing now? Can we throw that up? People start hashtagging daily mindfuckery all the time. So New York Times, Trump supports a bill that would cut legal immigration by half. All right. For the first time, this is what National Geographic says. Aren't you going to comment about the first article? Yes, but first, National Geographic says for the first time scientists in the U.S. Have edited human embryos. Good. Because some of you guys are awful. And I think it could have been stopped early on if we had had the technology. But now we have it. Now we have it. Yes, daily mindfuckery. Now we have the technology to get better people. I just like all the pictures of Trump are just like, oh man, like if you want to see, I have what most people would refer to as crippling social anxiety. This is social anxiety. Look at this picture of Trump. Look at Trump. He's like, oh God. Still going on, huh? Still going on. Still doing this. Okay. All right. Okay. Just keep walking. Just keep moving. So he's like, okay. This is happening. This is happening. Yeah. Daily mindfuckery. I think, it's like we're out in the middle of the ocean and, you know, we don't know where we are in that ocean. And we keep looking for land. We keep looking for land in terms of Russia. My God, did Trump... did anybody record anything? No. Alright, tax returns. We keep looking for land, you know. We keep looking for a place to really grab Trump by the scruff of the neck. But, have you ever covered hip-hop on acoustic guitar? Earl Sweatshirt songs like Chum, Andre Balance, those sorts of vibes would be cool as hell. Trump is a loon. Trump is a loon. Right foot, left foot, repeat. True. He's a plotted motherfucker. Hey, Clee Clop. I gotta put this down. Alright, I guess I should bring this with me. It's gonna be like, alright, you guys stay here. Hang out while I go put this in the fridge. I think I'm gonna play some music. Is anybody interested in me doing that? Hello? I wanted to play some covers. 'Cause I damn well will. I'm a cover musician. I'll say it. There you are. I come from subway folk. I cut my teeth in the subway. 'Twas the subway. There's this eating ass. Was it eating ass? I think it's eating. Yeah, I think eating ass is the appropriate term. So, like in performance arts, the performing arts, you've got to eat ass. By eating ass, I mean you've got to fail, you've got to suck, you've got to be in front of people watching you live. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my hair is cool. Alright. Yeah, you've got to suck. You've got to suck a lot in front of people, because that's the only way you can get rid of the fear of sucking, is by like sucking repeatedly in front of people. That's why I like live streaming. It's a chance to do that for lots of people who are excuse me, I guess, who are anonymous. So they, like, here's the thing, I played in the subway for a while. I'm going off on a tangent. I know this. I'm gonna play a song. I know it's in my hand. I know. Okay? This is the show. The show is a tangent. Okay? There's music. You could go listen to the music. The show is a tangent. Alright. No, I'll just play a song. Alright, I guess I could say a little something before this, which is that this is a Bob Dylan song. This is called "The Times They Are Changing," and the reason I like this song is because it's always going to be true. People have given up because of Trump's bullshit in office, but I don't think it's any reason to give up. So I guess this is like a hopeful song. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, 'cause the times they are changing. Yeah. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the time won't come again. Don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin. There's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now will be later to win, 'cause the times they are changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, Kate Lorraine and Dieter Deschwandt. Well, don't criticize what you don't understand, 'cause your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Oh, it keeps skipping and buffering? That sucks. Is anybody else having that problem? I guess you said that already, so I don't need to stop the video and say that. So get out the new one if you can't lend a hand, 'cause the times they are changing. Alright, well, Flow Mojo, are you on a wireless connection? Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on cell? Okay, it's some people. That's nuts. Oh, that's nuts. Well, that's weird, yeah. Some of those songs I get lost on. Yeah, Wi-Fi. I'm not on Wi-Fi. I don't have Wi-Fi in my house. I was thinking it could be me. I kind of got self-conscious about it. Because I was thinking, I don't need Wi-Fi. Fuck Wi-Fi. I have 4G unlimited, but that doesn't mean anything. So Cleeclot's actually clouding how amazing the quality of the stream is. It's like, it's amazing that you can see something of such good quality. So yeah, this is one of my songs. How about I sing that? For Deirdre Destrunt. It's almost like one there, isn't it? Clever things to say, they're just nice sounding lies. Things I've heard along the way make it sound like I've got it figured out. I can't fake it just to try and fit in anymore. People gather and they stare and say, man, what are we doing here? I say, I just like to sing, and I don't mind whether it's here or there. I can't fake it just to try and fit in anymore. How's that connection going? I want to give a shout out to IDK. I haven't seen IDK in a while. IDK came on and was like talking about, you know, being in a toxic environment and trying to get a working situation, and maybe we haven't seen him in a while because he started working, so hopefully. I haven't really been on Instagram that much, so I apologize if I haven't responded to comments and stuff. Don't you think I feel the way you feel? Am I not a person just like you? Seems like empathy's gone out of style, but I know the times will turn around. I'm sorry, I can't fake it just to try and fit in Sapphire for recording that. I can't fake it just to try and fit in anymore. Hey, did you guys see my last post? I'm in New York. I'm in New York. New York. Oh man, I got the munchies. I got these veggie burgers. I got these bean veggie burgers, but I got no bread. The only good bread that's really sold around here is pumpernickel. That's the only one I like. The other ones aren't quite grainy enough. They're too soft. I don't like soft breads. It's disgusting. It's like, where's the fiber? Anyway, the last post that, South Africa. Yeah, that last post had a black person whipping white people picking cotton in a sort of semi-transparent image of Martin Luther King smiling down overhead. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I really just Googled white people picking cotton. Which is, I realize that's a Kanye lyric. White people picking cotton. Something about a jacket out of possum. Anyway, yeah, reboot your phone. Yeah, that one. Veggie burgers are delicious. Yeah, that post, I googled white people picking cotton, and then I saw that, and it just really stuck out to me. And it's like, I have to figure out, I guess, something to type under that, because I really love images like that. They're really, like, obviously it's that's good. It's good to see that post and have a reaction of laughing. I think if you see that post and you get like very upset, then you like miss you miss the fun of that post, because it's like, first of all, like someone is actually doing that. Someone like took that picture out in the field. Is that my fantasy? You kiss my feet? No, that's not my fantasy. It's my fantasy to create artwork like that. It's my fantasy to create really transgressive artwork that sort of immediately grabs someone. It's Banksy. Like, I was into Banksy early, or everybody says that, but I was into Banksy early. Like, the idea of him like sneaking into museums and invading that space and putting his own independent art in there, it meant something to me. It meant that I could go do the same thing, maybe. Sorry you're so tired, but it's sleepy time. Sleepy time. Ooh. Sleepy time for dirty. I keep saying Deirdre, but it's dirty. Dirty despunct. Thank you for never correcting me. Thank you for never correcting me. Thank you for saying my art is fantastic. Isn't that the same chords as the song we just played? Shut up! Thank you for tuning in. I can't read as fast as you all are typing. Julia, half of what I say is meaningless. Yeah. What I say just to reach you. Alright, that's for Julia. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. I'm just gonna read some of your comments in the back. I feel like I'm having a nervous day. I feel more nervous. I feel more quivery in the stomach today. Well, there's more people tuning in. I have noticed that. There's more consistency to the number of people tuning in, and I appreciate that. I feel like posts that can help weed out shot people who just pretend to be allies. White people. We had Shaka in Los Angeles. Tiger, Julia. What does that mean? We had Shaka in Los Angeles. Tiger. They're artists who put people from one race in context typical for people from another. It's very refreshing. Thank you, Cleecott. You get it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. You should watch more. What I'm gonna do is this is totally cheating, but I realize like I'm such a cheater. I'm always like, how can I break the system? So Instagram has this 24-hour rule on these posts, and I realize like I don't know why I like Instagram Live. I think it's because like my family's on Facebook, and so it's like lame to go live there, because it's like my uncle will get on and be like, God bless you, and I'm like, all right. So yeah, you're all a bunch of capitalist pig fucks. And he's like, oh, it's like, he's not that cool. Yes, please watch more. What I'm gonna do is record this stream to YouTube, so you'll be able to watch a running record of this stream on the YouTube if you don't catch up for weeks. I actually have more people on Facebook. Well, because it's like when you go live on Facebook, like all the people I have on Facebook are people I know. So when I go live, they're like, Gabriel's going live. It's not like Gabriel Mayer's NYC random person on Instagram is going live. It's like Gabe's going live. It's like, okay. It's weird. I can do streams on there. It's just not going to be the same. Yeah, no Facebook. Hey, Michelle. You're a new face. I do have siblings. I have a sister. She is a daughter. Whose name was Oh, wait. Whose name? Chaka. Oh, yeah, I don't know Chaka. I'm sorry. I will answer all your questions. Direct them toward me. But I guess I like this song by the Velvet Underground. I'm Sticking With You. I'm just gonna play stuff. And you guys do your thing, I'm here. I'm doing my thing. I'm here until 8. I'll be back tomorrow. The stream will be up. You don't worry about anything. You just tune in, tune out. Go wash the dishes. Maybe clean up a little bit. I would say that this is the time. Oh, I could play some Bright Eyes. Oh, boy. Did you see? Just mentioning Bright Eyes, like what it does to me. Dave Chappelle's gonna be on this, like, he's doing like fucking 10 nights in New York. Do you understand that? Chance the Rapper's gonna be in town. Chris Rock's gonna be in town. Trevor Noah's gonna be on stage. Anyway. That's random. Hold on. So I'll do my best. How about I clean and you watch? I bet you'd like it that way. How about, well, I'm not gonna tell you to clean because you're a woman, and that would be a little heteronormative, wouldn't it? I have to go because it's middle of the night. Work tomorrow morning. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks, Gabriel. Thank you too. Hey, some Chilean woman. Thank you, everybody. Thank you over there. I'm trying to do an Obama. I feel like Obama voice is still really relevant. So this is a song I actually put on one of my albums. You can find this on Spotify and iTunes, maybe. I had a friend and this is Bright Eyes. Yeah, crank out that paperwork. Or do you mean I'm cranking out paperwork? Okay. I had a friend, he's mostly made of pain. He gets up, goes to work, and drives straight back home again. He once cut one of my nightmares out of paper. I thought it was beautiful, so I put it on a record cover. And I tried to tell him he had a sense of color and composition so magnificent. But he said, thank you, please, but your flattery is truly not becoming me. Your eyes are poor, you're blind, you see. No beauty could have come from me. I'm a waste of breath. Well, what singers do you know, Stevie 800? You know, you don't have to know the singers. I don't know all the singers everybody mentioned. I didn't know who Chaka was. But Mentally Ill from Amityville turned me on. And I appreciate you. By the way, that Kathy Griffin thing was like the coolest thing that happened, and she totally backed down on it. It was the coolest thing. Okay, here we go. This is my favorite verse. I once knew a woman, she was dignified and true, and her love for a man was one of her many virtues. Until one day she found out he had lied. I'm sorry. The fucking instant's going crazy. Okay, here we go. Until one day she found out he had lied. So she decided from that point on the rest of her life would be a lie. And she was grateful for everything that had happened. And she was anxious for all that would come next. But then she wept. What did you expect? In that big old house with the car she kept. But such is life, she often said. With one day leading to the next, you get a little closer to your death, which was fine with her. She never got upset with all the days she may have left. She'd never clean another mess or fold his shirts or look her best. She was free to waste away alone. Damn it, I can't, like, certain songs. There was one night I cried on the stage in Philadelphia. Speaking of Philadelphia, no one's speaking of it, but I have a reminder that popped up on my own that says search for artists in Philadelphia. But one night I cried on the stage in Philadelphia because it was the anniversary, or around the anniversary of my mom dying, and I had written this song for her, and it was like the first of the songs that I tried to write as a songwriter rather than a person who happened upon songs. And so I was playing that song on stage, and, you know, I was like I was at the point to beyond giving a fuck. And so I just like, just wept and played. Whole song. It was some hardcore shit, and ever since that day, and by the way, that's like equivalent to like taking your dick out in public and having everyone applaud, because it's like the most vulnerable naked you can be in front of people without offending them. And so after I did that, it was like music started to feel different to me when I performed it. It started to be more confessional instead of professional, as Bob Dylan said before. So now when there's like a really good verse in a song like that, especially a song that's not mine, that I don't relate to how stupid I am or how much longing I have or whatever, it can get a little bit overwhelming. And I feel like that verse that Connor Owers wrote is like among the top things that I've heard in my life, you know. I'll do it one more time for those of you who weren't in the room, because a lot of people just came in. So it just goes like this. And I just want to do it again for me. It's not even for anybody else. I once knew a woman, she was dignified and true, and her love for a man was one of her many virtues. Until one day she found out he had lied. So she decided from that point on the rest of her life would be a lie. And she was grateful for everything that had happened, and she was anxious for all that would come next. But then she wept, what did you expect? That big old house and the car she kept. But such is life, she often said, with one day lead into the next. You get a little closer to your death, which is fine with her. She never got upset with all the days she may have left. She'd never clean another mess or fold his shirts or look her best. She was free to waste. It's that part gets me when he goes, she was free to waste away alone. It just like it gets me like fully in my body, like my thighs start shaking, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to keep it together, and like I bail out, because it's like, I don't know, it's this like incredible feeling of like understanding, I think, is what you suddenly feel, and the realization, I guess, of this understanding becomes too much, and you just wanna release, you know. I love when people aren't afraid to show strong emotions too. That's why I got into music. Music just gravitate through you. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that song's everything. I remember yeah, that song's everything, man. And Connor Oberst really is everything. I'm trying to remember if I. We must talk in every telephone, get eaten off the web. Oh, shit, eaten off the web. We must strip out all the epilogues in the books that we have read. And on the face of every criminal, strapped firmly to a chair, we must stare, we must stare, we must stare. We must take all of the medicine, too expensive now to sell. Set fire to the preacher who is promising us hell. And in the ear of every capitalist who sleeps but doesn't dream, we must sing, we must sing, we must sing. It'll go like this. While my mother waters plants, my father loads his gun. Says death will bring us back to God, just like the setting sun is return to I don't remember the chord. Return to the lonesome ocean. Yeah, Connor's great. Yeah, trying to be normal. Trying to be normal. Ugh. Trying to be normal. I remember, man, I don't know. Yeah, it's like being different really is a crime. It's seen as almost like you're pretentious, because like the assumption is that everyone's the same. The assumption is that everyone is exactly the same. And so if you appear different, it's like seen as though you're like acting out in some way. A lot of things came into perspective when I started talking about social issues concerning race, because it's such a hot button issue, and social issues concerning women, which is even hotter button, because like, I mean, racists are nothing compared to men's rights activists, although they're usually one and the same. It's just like crazy interacting with those people. But you really realize, like, you know, there's a weight you carry to telling the truth, and to confronting these old ideas that are present in society. Anyway, I really like Bright Eyes. Yep. I like how you said, I'm from Maine, ... White. I love it so much. Thank you so much. That like went straight to my heart. Because it's like, you know, you're acknowledging. You know, I think it's cool. Yeah, it's like, I guess the idea behind not posting it or posting something different is that it's like reverse racism. And I guess to those people, I would explain like reverse racism doesn't exist. You know, just like how there's no reverse sexism. You know, it's a reverse. There's like, what's it called? Misandry. Like misandry is a myth. You know, there's just misogyny. There's just a system that is unfortunately like thousands of years old, of like oppressing women just cause like the subconscious assumption is that they are like terminally inferior. You know what I mean? Like women are just incurably inferior, and so like really allowing them to make decisions in the world in a real way is just not a thing that is done, or not done easily. I didn't know this was a real thing. I thought this was a joke at first when Sarah Silverman mentioned this. But do you know that in order to get an abortion, they actually make women, there's a law that says that the women have to like listen to the fetus's heartbeat for and wait. There's like a next day rule or something like that. Like you come in and you like think about it for the night. There's like these infantilizing laws in society that target women and reinforce the system. So there's an account called Slay the Patriarchy, which has shouted me out. One of the first accounts like these to shout me out. Slay the Patriarchy is a social justice warrior. No, Slay the Patriarchy is a social worker, and she creates a lot of these memes and shares these stories, and she's a political activist as well. And one of her memes, or one of her pet memes, if you will, is "Men are trash," and it's like a really great one because like it just pokes male fragility right in the eye. Like, I love the idea that men are trash. I've like always said that. I've always felt that. I've always spoken up here in my register, and men seem to speak down here in their register and stuff like that. And I just kind of never fit that well into that thing. So I always thought men are trash. Men are trash. And there was like definite reason that I wanted to hang out with the girls more often anyway. Yeah, they get so upset. They get so upset on Slay's account, man. It's like, I mean, but to speak more, that's predictable. But to speak more about like just the greatness of women like Slay the Patriarchy, I don't know her real name, is she's just providing this battlefield on which to actually fight these people on an intellectual plane, if you will. Some of them won't be converted, but some of them are just dumb, just plain old ignorant. Some of them are obstinate in their ignorance and therefore will never learn anything. But I think that it's like you have to poke a racist in the eye, and then when they're like, hey, or a sexist in the eye, when they're like, hey, that's when you slip them the pamphlet, if you will. I love that you talk about forms of activism that don't always benefit you. It shows how much you care about others. Yes, but also keep in mind that showing how much I don't care is for my benefit, right? Remember that episode of Friends where Phoebe's trying to do like an unselfish act? There's certain episodes of Friends that are canon. Friends is like a very super whitewashed series. It's almost like blindingly white. Like when you turn it on late at night, it's like it's very bright pastels in the girl's apartment and stuff. But Phoebe's trying to do an unselfish act. I am 31 years of age. But anyway, the theme of that Friends episode was there is no unselfish act. The weird thing about TV is it can be about nothing. And then they can have one episode where they, for some reason, start speaking about like a universal truth or something. So I'm 31 years old. I'm an old man. Here's a fun fact for those of you willing to do art, willing to do art or any type of thing like it. That's not a standard job thing. When I was 21 years old, I remember walking down the street. At this point in time, I used to walk around with a guitar on my back everywhere, because I was like, I get Bob Dylan, I get Kurt Cobain, I get Jimi Hendrix, I get the whole thing. I hold this thing close to me, and I always walked around with it. I remember this guy stopped me, and he was like, oh, blah, 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 shooting shit, can I play your guitar? And he was like, how old are you, 21? He was like, oh, you're too old. And I remember, like, being devastated for, like, a second, you know, because this guy just, like, said that. And, you know, you already kind of think that, I mean, Justin Bieber's and Miley Cyrus's and stuff like that, like, you're supposed to break really early. If you have this monumental talent, it should be, like, bursting out of you when you're a baby, and people just want to throw your ass on TV as soon as you get out the womb kind of shit. But that wasn't happening for me. So that was 21, right? You know... And at that time, my mom was like, you know, this isn't the thing that you're doing. You need to go to school, all that. And then in the next 10 years, I ended up being on TV in a movie, went to Sundance and Academy Award shortlists. And not to mention the, like, dozens, at least a baker's dozen fans around the globe that tune in to watch me on the net and watch my stuff. So keep doing this shit that you want to do. It's just my thing. Thank you. I'm not in my mid to early 20s. Thank God. When I was in my mid to early 20s, I was just a big old scattergory. And by that, I just mean, like, I was really wanting to make it musically, but it just immediately, like, 17 seemed too old. I don't know why at that time 17 seemed too old to me. Like, really, when I think about it, give me a fucking time machine right now, go back to 17, I'll have, like, a couple fucking Grammys. Like, clearly I'd just sit down and write my life as I do now, but at that point in time, it was like, the guitar was more of a life raft than a mission. It was more like this school thing. And first of all, human beings are monsters, and I knew that. Human beings are some type of race of monster, like a Tyrannosaurus with longer arms and a better brain, you know? And their systems are reptilian in that regard. They're like school marching through the hall. Bell rings. Next class. No one asked me what classes I want to take. Well, they did, but they're like, we only have these classes. They suck, but you gotta take one of them. It's like dumb. I was like, I have to get out of this, and then I saw, you know, I think like I was already a poet, so I immediately escaped into like fantasy worlds, fantasies with women, like romance, like, oh, romance. That was the only part of the whole like life scenario thing that really appealed to me. What up, Stevie 800 being 17? I don't know why I said what up to you being 17, but yeah, you're 17. You could fucking get your shit started if you want. Now would be a good time. Yeah, what the fudge am I saying? Yeah, I was like, didn't know how to get things started, you know, and this is how old am I? This is what I'm thinking of. This is 13 years later, 14 years later. Is stuff better at all for musicians? Now there's like American Idol culture, where everyone thinks singing, this is not singing, this is just doing a specific move in your voice. Anyway, it's like, remember, modern R&B is like they just chop up Aretha Franklin, you know, and that's like what modern hip hop is, coincidentally, thanks to Kanye. But anyway, I was not really knowing what to do, where to go. Music isn't any better for artists now in terms of having a pathway. So at that point, I just picked up the guitar, started playing, started fucking around with writing songs, and kind of just sat around with it for the longest time, doing nothing, and like, you know, keeping up with the practice, trying to have a band. And I swear to you, like, the only smart thing I did was never get a job. And so, like, it never became comfortable for me to say anything else other than, like, I'm a musician. And and a great thing that opened up for me. I mean, I think taking acid probably helped in terms of expanding my vision or my horizon of where things would go, and I expanded my horizons all the way to the subways of New York. Ooh, majestic. But I think that who asked me for an oral history of myself, which is actually me filleting myself? No one, right? Well, hopefully this will help you, 17-year-old. So yeah, so this was around early 20s, which you thought I was. I took to the subway and started practicing Buddhism, and started practicing meditation, and wish fulfillment and The Secret and all that kind of nonsense, binaural beats and whatnot. And I felt that if I applied myself really, if I applied myself wholeheartedly to performing well in the subway, that I would be adequately rewarded in life. And I felt that way and I feel that way now. A lot of people don't believe I believe in the universe, or like I talk about like the systematic oppression of people of color, and they're like, you're just keeping yourself at a disadvantage by your way of thinking. But my way of thinking has never been disadvantaged. I've created opportunities for myself throughout my entire life. Anyway, and I'm doing so right now. This is 13 now, but I think maybe 14 is the most I've had in this channel so far. And usually they don't sit around, but I've started to just get more comfortable, and I got my hood rats hanging out with me. I don't know if it's okay to call people hood rats, but I'm trying to think of some cute pet name for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. By the way, Meraki.nk is up in the channel, and she makes some great paintings that I like. My eye gravitates towards them. I find them like really pleasing and comforting. They have almost like it's a bubble style. So I posted a picture of a African American person of color looking gentleman that's sort of I think it's done in pinks and purples, but it's got a nice style. She did one of me. I'm gonna post that one coming up soon, and it's just very simple. It's Japanese, but less wispy and more round. Say hello to whoever is watching Brazil. Oh, did I just do it? Hello to whomever is watching in Brazil. 15 people on the channel. Hello to you. Hello to you. Hey, what up, dog savers? Yeah, it's good art. It's good art. Art. Oh, by the way, can I do a little commercial? Roses. Man, aren't roses just a timeless symbol of love and just romance everywhere? But what's this? This rose isn't like all the others. This rose is quite unique because it plays music. Hello from Salt Lake City. It plays music. This is an MP3 player rose. Oh, so amazing. So amazing. What do you mean, Gabe? What's an MP3 player rose? This rose has 32 songs on it. Oh, 32. That's the number of the Antichrist. Oh, maybe. It also has a cable in it for charging purposes and transferring. So on this, oh, there were 17 people. On this rose here, there's 4 albums of mine, and it's signed. You see that in there? You see that dark gibberish? That's my by the way, dark gibberish is my rap name. I'm touring with Childish Gambino coming up. It is like a mixtape. It's a mixtape. Yeah, it's a mixtape. Thank you, creator. Coolator skater. Coolator skater. Yes, so it's a mixtape. It's a 32-song, 4-album mixtape. And you can get it for the low price of 20 of them things, 20 of them dollars, 20 of them George Washington dollars, or 90 if you don't read it right. It's 90 or Q or G. All right, no, this is $20, and this will be mailed to you. And it'll come mailed to you. Well, if you're among the first 10 people to order, actually, let's make it rarer than that. If you're among the first 5 people to order, because I will write an entire thank you letter because I have not had anyone order one of these yet. And how you can order this? How can you order this? Well, one way is you can go to my Bandcamp, which is gabrielmayers.bandcamp.com, and this is available on the merch page. Another way is you can just fucking DM me, and then I'll just be like, or actually, no, you can just PayPal me with a note, and then I'll send you out one. So my PayPal address is theloveunderground@gmail.com if you just want to throw money through PayPal. Or you can DM me. I have Venmo. We can do like a Venmo thing. You could also send me a check or money order, but I think actually I have it up on Bandcamp, but I feel like, why are we paying Bandcamp a fee? What, like I don't know, maybe this is just like musician talk, but I feel like everybody has their shit up on Bandcamp, and like, what has Bandcamp done for me lately? It's like, I remember you back before Spotify was a thing, and before they started making distribution free. But what have you done for me lately? How many of you guys are visiting Bandcamp to download musician? I want some independent music. Maybe I'll fire up Bandcamp. Maybe I'll fire up Bandcamp and get me a nice FLAC file. Because, you know, that's what people are doing, right? People on their phones, they're just always opening fucking uncompressed files. They're just like, shit, this music isn't high quality enough. As I'm going through the subway, I need an uncompressed file. So anyway, this is good to be. You don't have the money. You don't have the money to buy this. You better get the money. You gotta get the money. Get the money, Peter Blades. Peter Blades, better get my money. Well, if you don't have the money, what can we trade this for? Blood? Send me your blood, Peter Blades. You want this that bad? Show me. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. I think we're coming up upon that time. We are. I'm gonna try to bust out one more jam. We're gonna make this one kick a little bit. I think you guys remember a little song called Alice. Won the lottery. Now she won't come home to me. Now she's living overseas. I'm all alone. She up and quit her 9 to 5. Full uptown business dive. Made just enough to stay alive and keep on the phone. Now she's faded from the crowd to some town that's around. Sorry. But she can't sleep without the sound of the buses rolling by and the jet planes in the sky and the breathing of her guy at night. Yeah, I like that too, Carter Burke. Thank you. Thank you guys for the hearts and the comments. I appreciate it. just won the lottery. She changed so completely from the girl she used to be. Who is she now? Now she's faded from the crowd to some penthouse in a town. But she can't sleep without the sound of the buses rolling by and the jet planes in the sky and the breathing of her guy at night. At night. Woo-hoo. At night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You know, we're all gonna die. Because as time relentlessly marches on, it takes all existence with it into non-existence. But as we all take that slow march towards annihilation together, I'm glad that you decided to spend some of your mortal coil here with me on this live stream. I'm not even going to tease you about how lame that is. I just got the 2-minute warning, so it's good I started what's now becoming like the closing monologue. So I'm developing format. We have a theme song. We have a news segment. I usually lose track of time and rant at the screen and wave my arms and look over for quite some time and then jump back and forth with songs. And then we have this ending monologue where it doesn't have to be slow. You're right. It doesn't have to be slow, and I think that's the theme of the Republican Party. It's like we're all marching ceaselessly towards annihilation. It doesn't have to be slow. But yeah, global warming, and what's even more dangerous is the global schwarmering, which is just like basically as a global phenomenon where things are being covered with just delicious Turkish spices and just a little bit of pita, yeah. Keep an eye out. Search Gabriel Mayers on YouTube. I have a channel up there. I